Hey, everybody. Sorry for the wait. We are back. This is the BOOshakalaka podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany, joined my co-host, Pierre.
You see this? NYPD means I will knock your punk ass down.
Okay. It's one of the buddy comedies from the early 2000s or late 90s. It's got to be... And it's not Blue Streak. National Security.
Damn it. Man, I'm Black.
Oh. It's been 1 week since I've seen that movie. It's been a very long time since I've seen a very long time since I've seen that movie. But we're not here for Men in Black. We're here to close out the Final Destination's timeline with Final Destination Bloodlines. I don't know how y'all gonna like my response to it. I don't know how you feel about it, Pierre, but we can get into it.
Okay, so we're gonna get into it. So let's get into it. I didn't really catch as many Easter eggs as I thought I would. But we do start the movie off. I don't know what time period this is, and I have a very big problem with that.
It's the 60s.
Okay. I have a very big problem with it being in the 60s. So we start the movie off rolling up in this G-Wagon. It's not a G-Wagon. I don't know what kind of car it is.
Rolling down the street, smoking.
Lay bag. My mind, my money, my money, my mind. So yes. we roll up in a car that has a license plate that says 18E. I caught that.
Oh,
I don't know if you caught it, but 18 and then E.
I wasn't paying any attention. But did that guy, correct me if I'm wrong, the guy, I don't know his name, did he or did he not look like Chris Kattan? Please, is that Chris Kattan's son? Please, is that Chris Kattan? You got an illegitimate child out here, baby, because that boy looked just like you.
Just like him. It's the
less
bone
goofy.
Structure.
Less goofy.
It's the
I thought it was Chris Kattan. I
hope he's not one of those comedians who went far right. But I haven't heard from him in a while. I haven't seen him in anything.
Rob Schneider?
Corky Romano. I haven't seen him, but I have not. Have you seen him?
Mine was Undercover Brother, so.
Okay. But
don't be dissing me.
He looks similar, but his eyes were like colored, and Chris Kattan's are brown, so that's why I was.
What do you call it colored?
The workers in this movie.
You know, you make me wanna.
So we at the ball in Dallas, and they roll up in their
sky view.
They're going up to this restaurant that is a ball in the sky. I was like, where'd they get that from? Dallas. So and he is surprising.
I was thinking about Seattle.
Why were you thinking about Seattle?
Because they have a big thing like that. I can't think of the name of it, but they have like that's like one of their biggest landmarks.
Oh, that's ironic. Okay, I was just watching something with Seattle, and they were okay. No, that's what I thought. I thought you had watched maybe the show.
Space Needle, the Space Needle.
This is what that looked like, a needle in the sky.
But look. So this is what the Space Needle looks like. Oh shoot!
You said that very cartoonish. But look. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I thought about. But anyway.
So they roll up, and he's basically trying to make this a great event for his girlfriend, Iris. And you know, she looks nice, but she doesn't think she's nice because she sees a bunch of rich people there. I don't know.
Their outfits look the same to me.
I know. I didn't understand.
Nobody had on a ball gown. Everybody had on a little dress made in somebody's little shop down the street. Whatever.
Maybe it's their culture. But yeah, so there's this kid, and they want me to hate him, but I'm not going to hate him. They want me to hate him. They want us all to hate because he's stealing pennies out of the damn fountain. Worker has to tell him to stop. He's
the reason why the penny is not in went out of commission this year. He's the reason.
Oh yeah.
That was the end. That was literally the end of the bloodline.
Yeah, the last penny. So,
Abraham Lincoln.
They roll up in there. Right off the bat, I'm getting bad vibes. It's 18,000 people on the elevator made of glass, and they talking about, oh, we can fit 2 more. No, you can't.
Absolutely not. And they squeezed in there. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Like they were bumper to bumper, baby, bumper to bumper. I seen that movie Devil. Could you imagine that happening on an elevator like that?
Then the kids start jumping on. It's just too much going on. Who is this kid there with? Another thing that pisses me off. They walk up in there and you have to have reservations to get into the restaurant, even though there's a bar. And so how did the kid get in? Because who is he there with? I don't have
money,
time
baby.
for it. I don't have time for
money.
it. But
that's all we got is money.
So yeah, his homeboy was supposed to hook him up. They done fired his homeboy. So the concierge walk away for 2 seconds and they just sneak right on past. I'm like, so what's the point of having him there if it's that easy to get into the damn restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get in there and it's really not all that exclusive. It's a couple of tables. It's a bar and a dance floor. Ooh, how exclusive. But we find out where the little kid went. He went up high. He went all the way up top so he could go outside and kill pigeons and civilians. So Iris and I forget his name. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, baby.
I'm guessing it's
perfect.
Greg. So she put a rose on him. He all nervous. She all nervous. She going to throw up and shit. One of the singers realizes, oh girl, you pregnant. That's why you're throwing up. I love when they make black women seem like seers in these movies.
We are.
Because
we
are. It's like, how you knew she was pregnant? Like just because she threw up, or is that just like an all women thing where you just
she could have just been no. I don't think I have a maternal bone in my body, so I wouldn't have known.
Well, I mean, you're high up in the sky, so I would have thought, ooh, it's a height thing. She like, girl, you pregnant for about 3 weeks, ain't you? I was like, God.
And you naming him, I can't remember. You naming him David, right? Okay, bye.
What's his name, David?
I don't know. I can't remember. We'll get to it.
Okay. So yeah, they go up. He takes her up to the top. She's still freaking out. The kid over there throwing pennies, killing people. They say you're not supposed to. I don't know if that's an urban legend, but you're not supposed to do that because
I used to hear that about the Sears Tower. Don't throw anything off, but yeah. But what happens when people be jumping off those things? More worse.
I need someone who studied physics to let me know if that's true. But he's still throwing pennies because he don't give a damn about nobody's life but his own. He is like the quintessential asshole. If this movie was made in the 60s and it just like, I don't understand what you're being so rambunctious for. Why aren't you playing with your friends? He ain't got nothing.
He doesn't have any. Exactly.
But yeah, Greg proposes to Iris. It's super romantic, baby. But after this proposal, things stop being romantic. They go downstairs. They start dancing. They're trying to celebrate.
Wait a minute. You make me wanna.
I didn't realize there was a dance to this. I don't know what. Yeah. I didn't know you get low and you get quiet and you get
a little bit louder now.
Maybe I'm just But they in there jamming. With a very selective guest list, might I add, because the only are the singers. They had to come through the back door. But they in there jumping on the glass.
Where would the back door be on that tower?
Maybe there's a back elevator. They had to come through the stairs.
Fuck you.
Iris, a lot of stuff start going on, and Iris started noticing it, but she just, it's one of them nervous things. You know how these psychics are in this movie. Baby, the glass started breaking on the dance floor.
Nobody notices.
What she does, because she starts walking off the dance floor. She don't grab Greg though, but she started walking out the dance floor, and then the penny went into the air vent. It cut up stuff. There's gas going. All you know how these movies work. It's a lot going on. Basically, glass breaks. Most of the people fall except Greg. He holding on, glass cutting his hand. Oh, that was just terrifying. Because I would have just let go. What am I going to do with these scars on my hands? You want to know how I got these scars? And Greg falls to his death. Then, because he over there making hibachi,
Chef Boyardee.
Yes, the flame explodes. Everybody on fire. Old woman on fire. Now, I do want to point out this is a monumental moment because she's like the oldest stunt double to be lit on fire. So I understand. It was a moment. She's the most annoying character in the fucking movie because she walking on fire. And I'm like, what grown ass, like, she walking just through, lighting everybody on fire with the fire on her back.
What year was Stop, Drop, and Roll introduced? What year? Because I would like to know. I want to know.
That's actually a good quiz because I want to know too. She just walking through the whole thing, lighting everybody on fire, everything getting caught on fire, everything breaking, slamming, people trying to go down the elevator, the elevator broken. Well, the concierge who was being rude in the beginning, he gets smushed by the elevator like he in Resident Evil.
That really was a Resident Evil gag.
And it was just a lot. It was a lot of death. The singer get caught on fire, but she's able to put her little boy who's there while she's working in a little safety.
Did you know? I knew immediately.
I didn't know immediately.
As soon as I saw the baby.
I didn't. How the hell was I supposed to know this? But anywho, she locks him in. She gets burned up fire. He see the whole thing.
We finished singing Shout. Stop that clapping.
She sees his mom gets burned up. It's so sad. But
you got me smiling at that moment. Yes, it was very sad.
The balls start tipping over. Baby, the lady get hit with the piano because of the damn penny. I don't understand how Iris was still alive at this point. She get the little boy. She start rolling down the stairs. The whole thing fall. They hanging on. She hanging on because of her ring is stuck in between some pipes.
Ooh, that was gross.
And then of course, eventually, her whole fingers get cut off. Her and the boy fall to their deaths. We get woken up to a girl screaming in the classroom. I'm like, I know what you did last summer. What is this?
No. I still know what you did last summer. Get it right or pay the price.
And I'm like, we have a brown protagonist. Look at that. Look how far we've come.
This is definitely a new beginning for Final Destination because we haven't had any dream sequences like that. But Stephanie is suffering from nightmares. Okay. From reoccurring nightmares. Now, if the dream was reoccurring, would it continue to affect you that much?
Where you wake up
before you become numb to it? Correct. Does the dream change every time?
Her roommate Tiffany ain't having it.
I love it. Girl law. Pay for a single room because I've had it. But all she needed was all she really needed was Lori's dad to prescribe her some Hypnosil. And this wouldn't even been a movie.
What I won't do with you this movie is that. So she's like, hey, you need to go home. I don't know why. She just needs to go home.
No, because she said that the dreams were linked to her grandmother Iris. She knew that. So the girl was like, well, go home and figure it out because that seems like that's where the answer is. So she goes home to her dad. Her dad's name is Marty. Her brother's name is Charlie.
AKA cousin from Chucky.
Junior. You call him cousin.
Because that's what he called when he says I'm going. He says I'm going to the cousins, and I was like,
they were really weird. But I mean, I did like what Iris got over there. She's like, "Hey, Dad, I need to talk to you." I'm sorry, not Iris.
Hi, Stephanie, Uncle Howard.
Like, hey,
Uncle
Dad.
Howard.
Oh yeah, hey, Dad, I need to talk to Uncle Howard about Iris. And the dad was like, "No, we don't talk. We don't talk about Iris. No." And I'm like, what is going on? Like, these are grown ass. Stephani's at least 22, 23. She's in college. Well, she might not be that old, but at least 18 to 20. She's grown enough.
She's a bit older just because she's had, well, you can get on academic probation your first semester, but there's a very weird energy surrounding Stephanie. Like, everybody mad at her. Like, her brother's mad at her. Her cousins are mad at her. And it basically is because she went to college and she don't call nobody no more.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get out of that podunk town. Shit.
But redneck podunk town. But I want to assume she's been gone long, because if she's been gone for a month, damn, give me time to adjust.
Well, no, she probably stays through summer semester too. Stephanie ain't got time to come back. No. She said, I'm on the fast track to Harvard, bitch. So she goes over. I don't know. You'll find it when you put it in the clip.
I know
but we're not going to spend time talking about it. Okay, think about it, and I'll take this part. Back over at Uncle Howard's, the whole family, besides Aunt Brenda, treats Stephanie like a boo-boo doo-doo, and I don't like it. So, like I said, Eric, and what's the girl's name? Rebecca?
Luann?
No, I think Joanne.
I
think it was Rebecca. But anyway, so we find out Howard tells Stephanie that their mother Iris subjected him and Stephanie's mother Darlene. So I'm going to assume they were twins, because why would you get pregnant again with this whole debacle? I'm going to assume Iris had twins. Because why would you get pregnant again?
Julia.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to assume that. But she had a very overprotective upbringing, and she became a recluse. And it caused Darlene and everybody to abandon the family. They got the hell up out of there. Kind of like how Jamie Lee Curtis was in Halloween, the remake. I was about to say Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I know. I
was Jamie Foxx.
I was thinking the same thing when you said Jamie. I don't know why we go there, but
Fox.
Yeah. So mind you, she got to beg and plead and waste multiple times in the movie, like begging for this information. If I want to see my grandma, I want to see my grandma. What does that have to do with y'all? I'm grown. Like, like you said earlier, like what's the point in this?
Yeah.
So she go run to and Brenda, messy ass, because when you married in, you messy. She decides to let her know, where to find the information to go find the grandma. The most unrealistic part of this movie, despite it being about death, was the fact that she drove all the way here, not listening to any music or the BOOshakalaka podcast. Like, she was just driving quietly the whole time. I was like, this is unrealistic.
Which can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Thank you.
I thought that was just so unrealistic. Like, even if you go in because you want to get rid of the nightmare or whatever.
No. She was almost there. So when you almost there, you got to concentrate. You just turn the music off. That's all it is. Okay. She was almost there. But she go over to Iris' cabin where Jamie Lee Curtis
can I talk about
left.
it? Can I talk about it? She roll up to this cabin that's supposed to keep you alive for all these years. She get outside. It's a goddamn junkyard from 13 Ghosts. Like, there is everything that can kill you possibly
Man's
in this yard.
Best Friend.
Sharp tentacles coming out, like metal contraptions. I'm like, how is this safe? Shouldn't you be in a garden of lilies and some bedspreads or like the softer side of Sears should be in this yard?
Come see the softer side of Sears.
So I just didn't understand how this is a safe house. But she got to
this is a movie.
She got to get into the Emerald City. She got to leave her phone, keys, wallet outside in order for her grandma to let her in.
But she still had her jacket on. You would have came in nude.
So she rolled up to the house. She let her in, and it still don't look safe in the house. Like, she got pots hanging from. I'm like, what is safe about this place? So
maybe she put like some hoodoo on the outside of the house. There's salt all around that rim around the house, so death can't come and get it. Can't come inside. That's what it is.
This is not hocus pocus. So she get in there and she like, girl, I've been having these dreams about you. She said, oh yeah, girl. So I had stopped it. I stopped it before everybody had died. I saved everybody. Then they all started dying. Here's this booklet, and I kept the penny for some reason. Throw the penny back in the damn lake. The guy said it was bad luck. And even while she's there, Death tries to kill her like 38 times.
I see you, you bitch.
Like, she talking to
Get
Death.
Get out of here. I mean, at this point, the Death was the old Daddy Kane over in Scary Movie 2 haunting her. Yes, he had to have been.
He was literally just circling around this house. And as she's telling Stephanie all this, Stephanie start freaking out because she like, girl, this ain't real no more. I don't believe this shit. You crazy like they said you were. I'm gonna go ahead and wreck on out. And grandma like, no, girl, like, look at this book. Like, these are all the people who died. Everybody who, was supposed to die there died. Like, I'm trying to help you, girl. Take the book. She's like, no. So she at the door. She like, girl, come back. And she can feel death. She see him outside. He outside twirling and squirreling and screaming and keening. And then she's like, all right, let me just risk it all. And she goes outside to hand her the book. And then 5 seconds later, what was it? It was a fire extinguisher hit the thing and went through her head and splattered blood on Stephanie. And now we had a funeral.
So Iris was about to die.
Mm-hmm. Because she had cancer. She had
Okay, yes. Okay.
Death had finally got her.
So
she had it.
So that was their explanation for Stephanie having the dreams. Like, oh girl, it's almost your time. I want to give you a little bit. Like, Death, give me the whole scenario. Just sit down and tell me what's about to happen.
Because her dream is the only premonition that we see in the movie. They've stopped with the premonitions before each death. We don't know how anybody's gonna die because this movie focuses big on fake outs. So we don't know how anybody's going to die. We just know the order in which they're supposed to die. And so
before she tells you that before she dies, they do have flashbacks of what happened. And we see Iris seeing that the floor was made of glass, literally. And she tells everybody to get off the dance floor. And she saved all these lives. Congratulations. But again, you disrupted Death's design. So everybody got to die. That's just disrupted Death's design. If this movie wasn't called Final Destination, it could be called Disrupting Death's Design. Triple D. Let's do it.
It explains that because this happened in the 60s and because there were so many people who survived and they all had families that they weren't supposed to have, that's why it took so long to get to the end.
Right, but here's the thing. If she had cancer, you could have given your family a little bit more time. Like, she literally killed herself in front of her, and it just started. Death said, let's go.
It was the only thing keeping everybody alive, which is quite noble. If you're going to take one for the team, take one for the team. But couldn't she have also killed herself though? Didn't we already establish that?
She could have killed herself and been done. Well, no, she would have had to come back to life.
Oh shit. Well, that won't go down.
But whatever. Let's go to this stupid ass party that this BBQ that we see on the news. Nobody gives a damn.
Because Iris died. Stephanie's mom came back in her camper, and so there's a BBQ. Stephanie didn't want to come because she mad at the mom, but the brother like, well, bitch, we mad at you because you left too. But they had the BBQ, the lamest BBQ I've ever seen in my life. Like, it just seemed boring.
What song were they even playing? Like, ugh. I didn't hear no Frankie Beverly and Maze. I didn't hear no Boots on the Ground. I ain't hear none of that.
You thought that you were going to hear that just because? Okay.
Bitch, I ain't even hear the Macarena. You know they love the Macarena.
Okay. They up there being careless. It's just, they be so careless. Like, why is there a rake underneath the trampoline? It's just dumb shit. Like, you breaking glass, not cleaning it off properly. You setting glasses I've never set a glass at the edge of anything. Because at the very least, I don't want my glass to spill. Like,
I want to have my cold, delicious beverage.
But they ain't drinking nothing but carbonated water at this barbecue. I was like, what?
I do like me a good seltzer.
I was like, why are they drinking this? Like, it's so good. And everybody just sipping on it like it's the best thing ever. I'm like, lame. So Stephanie at home freaking out. And she start getting these itty bitty visions. Something drops, it breaks their glass. And that's how she knows to just go over to Uncle Howard's house.
Yep.
So she rolling on over. They making toast. Uncle Howard trying to get his sister to move in.
Not toast.
That's what he was doing. He was making a toast. He's like, toast. I love you guys. You know, you're great.
Oh, you said they're making toast, not making a toast. So I went to a piece of bread.
Well, they needed one because they wasn't cooking nothing. They were still getting the grill started. Like you doing all they doing.
How dare you invite me to a barbecue and the grill ain't even on?
Like, where was the meat? Where was the meat?
Are the patties formed?
Where was the meat?
What are hot dogs? The hot dogs should have been going because I like mine burnt.
Like, I was just very confused, but y'all had time to drink. But things happen. They jumping on the trampoline. The trampoline is from 2000 because it rips immediately. The aunt goes and moves the rake. But then the stupid brother Eric, who looks like another actor, sets off the hose, and that makes the rake fall. By the time Stephanie come, so there was a broken glass that was in. We saw this from the trailer. It was in the ice. It falls on the ground. He steps on the glass. Then he falls over as I was about to call it a machine gun. As the lawnmower drives over.
I guess it sounds like it. Whatever.
Drives over his head and kills him. So we had another funeral. We just got time to plan these funerals. I mean, we just got time for these funerals. But even though we had the funeral and he's supposed to be in this great neighborhood, ain't nobody there. But
nope.
So we all at the house, and now Stephanie like, look, I gotta show y'all. She done put all this shit on the wall, like everything from the notebook on the wall.
Crime scene.
So this is what happens, and this is what happened. And the whole family calling her crazy. They're like, dumb bitch, fuck you, we hate you. Like, they are not.
But we just told you that Iris died 5 minutes after stepping outside, and your dad's face gets smashed and chewed up by a lawnmower, and you're like, no? Okay.
Yeah, they're all like, you're crazy. We don't need to be dealing with this. Marty ain't got time for it. Which Marty and Brenda are the only ones safe from death because they're not technically family. So, you just married in, you ain't all that. But Marty ain't feeling it. He like, girl, get on, you know. And nobody in the other side of the family is feeling it. Everybody thinks you're crazy. Charlie is, I don't know. He like,
he seems very impressionable. So he'd go with either side.
Right. So
whoever's the loudest, probably.
Yeah. So they all leave. They're just like, we got to get the fuck up out of here. Until, okay, Eric. So Eric goes, he works at again, we saw this in the other trailer. He's working at the tattoo shop. I don't know why this happened to him, but death just decides to torture him. The nose ring, the swinging, the tattoo place getting set on fire. And so Stephanie's calling him all night like, hey, is it coming after you? Is it coming after you? So she runs over to his house in the morning because she couldn't find him. So her and Charlie go to find him. But he's alive. He's like, oh, I survived. I had a leather jacket on. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm adding it to the list. I'm not even going to give it context. But Deep Blue Sea, we will be watching that.
You already said this.
Very soon.
Okay. But
very, very soon.
Is there a leather jacket that saves somebody? Okay. So they go, don't tell me, but they go walking through the neighborhood because it's a very nice neighborhood, apparently. And she's just basically trying to convince Eric, like, hey, I have to save you. I have to convince you. This could happen. This could happen. This could happen. He's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, he's being like so rude and she's still following him. It's kind of funny.
Like, but all that stuff happened to you. Get out of here. The most that's going to happen to you is you're going to trip over something and bust your ass. It's not going to be a domino effect like that. Like,
well, you're literally swinging from a chain.
It's not a Rube Goldberg trap, dude. It's not going to happen. I just don't understand the
disbelief.
Yeah. Anyway,
they roll up to the house. Julie about to go run, and she's like, "Get the fuck out!" Like everybody is just like cussing this girl out.
They hate her. They hate her because she got to go to college. Your mom goes to college. That's what they say to her. Like that's their diss to her. I bet you.
As Julia's running, she gets hit. But the kids are playing soccer. She gets kicked into the ball and she gets kicked in the head with the ball. She drops into the trash can. The trash. Why can I not say the names of things? The garbage truck is coming by and it pulls her in there and they all see it. So they go running after her. The two boys are trying to stop the truck. Stephanie's climbing into the truck to get her. It don't help, baby, because she gets squid. The whole theater screamed when that happened. They were just like, it's her face. It was like a slow burn kill.
It was gross. That's what happened to that guy on Child's Play 3. Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to watch this movie. But it just looked very gruesome. Yes. So now, after this death, everybody believe all of a sudden. Everybody, they're like, oh, Julia did. It's true. But no,
that's the only person that they like. They didn't care for the daddy.
but then they're like, well, why didn't Eric die? And so that's when the mom is like, I should have told you the truth. My baby's dead because I didn't tell you the truth. Howard wasn't your father. We were going through a hard time. I don't know why they tried to add a tinge of drama into this movie. Like what was this?
But then they immediately killed it because they were like, your dad is Corky Romano. Corky Romano! And
is that why he was wanting to play catch? Everybody laughed.
The drama, that was pretty funny. But the drama, it subsided immediately because you turned it into comedy very quickly. So
right.
Whatever.
So now we gotta save Bobby, the blonde middle child that no one cares about. But well, I guess he's the youngest.
Oh no, his name was Jerry Finbury.
Oh,
Jerry fucking Finbury. I wrote it down. I just realized I wrote it down. But Corky Romano sounds funnier.
It does. But Bobby is about to. I'm not about to die, but he's next, and he has a peanut allergy. That we need to know that.
But at this time, we go to see the Mac Daddy of Death, Mr. William Bloodworth. So we're over at the hospital.
They go because his name, she wrote in her notebook, JB found somebody who survived. So they go roll up on him at the hospital. Why Eric came? Because I'm the only person who's gonna protect you, bro. Gonna be hilarious later. So they go and talk to William Bloodworth, and Tony Todd up there, smooth as ever. He like, look, people been coming to me for years. I was a little boy. Womp womp. I like that they circled back around and gave him a meeting because people really thought he was dead. People thought he was working with death.
Yeah.
It was just all these theories. Mm-hmm. Now we know why. Baby, I got saved from death 40 years ago. So yeah. And Iris was his friend. He's saying that he has an illness too, so he's about to die. He'll die after everyone else in her bloodline dies. So he's like, he want to go enjoy his life, but he's like, look, the only person who ever survived was Kimberly Forbes. Another reach around back to Final Destination.
Kimberly Corman.
Why did I say Forbes? Who is Kimberly Forbes?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the bitch they keep calling me about in somewhere in Mississippi. They're like, hey, is this Kimberly Forbes? They've been calling her since I was in college.
Kimberly, if you listen to this podcast, please get in touch with us so we can give you the number because they looking for you, girl.
They looking for you, baby. You owe them some money. But anyway, Kimberly Corman, she's the only one in this entire franchise who has survived. Well, her and the cop. They don't ever talk about the cop.
Right. They said,
but yeah, because she died and they brought her back to life. Dr. Kevorkian, who she thought was gonna kill her. And
Dr. Kalarjian.
Kevorkian is the one who was killing people. You do keep shit from school. Cause But Kalarjian, she's the only one who survived, and then the only other way to cheat death is to kill somebody and get their life back. But it's very they act as audience.
But you wait, hold on 1 second. But another thing that they said in Final Destination 2 was the only way is to bring in new life. So why didn't it end when Iris gave birth?
Well, I think that's why this movie, because I thought about that even when the concept of this movie came up, because they said, well, because remember in Final Destination 2, you guys, the birth of the new baby who was supposed to die was supposed to break the chain. That was why they wanted girl who been in a bunch of movies. That's why they wanted her baby to live. So it's like if all these babies were born, the chain should have been broken.
So I guess it just starts it over. No, maybe it just starts it over. Maybe it doesn't break the chain. It just starts it over.
Well, that's
because Clear might have come to that conclusion herself. We don't know. Yeah. But anywho, let's go back to the Tony Todd. He gives us a nice little send off, and enjoy a lot of people. It was actually improvised because we all know that Tony Todd has passed away. He did great. He looked great in this movie, and I appreciated seeing him one last time. I'm glad that he was able to close out a movie that he helped start. So I definitely appreciated him being there.
Beautiful.
But he wishes the family good luck.
Yeah, I'm about to go live out my life.
Right, I'm going to enjoy what I can while y'all still alive because I know it's coming for me next. So I got a couple of weeks or a couple. Well, yeah, it turns out to be a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But here goes
ultimately the second. Probably would have died just from his illness anyway.
Right, but here comes the second strategy. So Eric convinces Bobby, bitch, let's go eat a peanut, and I'm gonna just bring you back to life with an EpiPen. Like, I don't think EpiPens bring you back to life after you're dead. If your heart stops, does the EpiPen bring you back?
No, I think it's just supposed to. Yeah, no. You still have to get brought back. Maybe that's why he took the EpiPen, because he was gonna wheel him out to a doctor who was gonna bring him back to life. I don't know, but
I'm not sure.
It's so ironic because he's supposed to keep him alive. So they go get a Nutter Butter, a knockoff Reese's, knockoff Reese's Pieces, and we get a bunch of fake outs. Like I thought that the vending machine was just gonna drop on him, because I was like, it just seemed like I've seen people shake vending machines, but I've never seen them push it from the back onto someone. Like, that just didn't seem smart. Where is the staff in this hospital? Because it looked like a very nice one.
Every movie, let's stop that. Let's stop that. If you're in a movie and you're in a hospital, guaranteed only 1 to 2 people are working that night.
Because only 1 to 2 people were in this. Like, it was a nurse.
Can I just say that?
It was a nurse and a doctor, but they had a bunch of patients in there.
Scream 5. Who was there? Nobody. Halloween 2. Nobody. Continue.
Meanwhile, you watch Scrubs and they're everywhere.
Or that one show. What was that show? On HBO Max, the new one.
Oh,
The
Pit. Was that?
It's 18. It is.
Okay.
There's one storyline where I was fast forwarding through it, but move on. But it's actually good. No, I finished it in like a couple of days.
Okay. Did you watch the new one on Netflix?
No.
Pulse. But yeah.
Is that the one where they were in the Miami hospital?
Yeah. It's really
so good. Right when they had the beginning and they were all ha 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 around like the little circle, I turned it off. So what the fuck is this?
It's actually good. It takes place over a few days, but it's actually pretty good.
But that's just like the Pit. The Pit takes place one day, so it gives an hour. Each episode is an hour.
Oh,
so it's like starts at 7 a.m. and then they finish at 7 a.m.
Okay, I like that. That's cute twist. So in this hospital, there's nobody from either of these shows there. So
nobody's there.
He has this idea. They go into an MRE room. And
baby, please, crowd. I don't know what's wrong with him, but they did not go into an MRE room. They went into an MRI.
So we went through Hurricane Katrina, and we had MREs. And I used to say MRIs back then in 2004. So excuse me that
I'm gonna tell you one more time. Get it right or pay the price.
Damn it. It's like I keep getting, but MRI room. Damn. God, I miss the MREs. I just want to smell one good time.
Ew, you're so disgusting.
They had the ravioli one. But
you and Amanda are gross.
So they're in that room, and I don't even remember how the machine gets cut on, but it gets cut on. Maybe they were tussling or something.
He said, do not mess with Death. Period. Eric, you had your out.
Yes, because he's not technically related, so he should have just stayed home. But he did say, Tony Todd said, when you fuck with Death, things get messy. So the MRI machine turns on, and it goes up to like maximum. It's like Magneto in there. And so
Magneto was right.
Yes. Bobby eats the Reese's Pieces knockoff, and he's like, "Oh, it's fine. I don't have a nut allergy more." Then his throat starts closing, and Eric just starts watching him die. It's very sad. He's just like,
he had to,
but he's just like, "Get in the wheelchair, bro." Like he's he's suffocating. Help him out. I just didn't understand why he was just standing there.
Yeah, like I can't breathe, bitch.
So the MRE is pulling. Now Eric is this. He's a tattoo artist, so he's that guy. Which I thought it was interesting. He didn't have his nails painted because I felt like he should have, but not Charlie. But so boom, his ears and his nose go flying into the MRI machine. So he's already bleeding and bruised, and then his nipples. And then, of course, he has that appendage pierced, and it was pulling. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!" So he actually gets pulled into the machine, and then the wheelchair comes up behind him and breaks and starts breaking his body.
And it was folded backwards.
Yeah, it was. Like it was.
So instead of like this, it was like this. Yeah.
I hate you. I hate you for doing that.
Let's go with it. He did.
And then Bobby tries to walk over to get his EpiPen from his hand that's still hanging out the machine. So he stabs himself and he's like, oh, I can breathe. The nurse, after her damn thing is literally pulling, and I'm like, what's taking you so long to get out your damn seat? So she finally go run and she opened the door. But because she opens the door, the I don't know what you call that.
Coil.
It's a coil from the vending machine. It goes and it pops Bobby in the head, and then the family manages to find him in the hospital right after. So now they're like,
two down.
Yeah, but I mean that family's done. So that family's cut off. Everybody
2 down, 2 to go.
3 to go. The mom, Stephanie.
Oh yeah, Charlie.
Darlene. So they're just like, oh my god, well we gotta go to the safe house. If you stay in the safe house and you don't die, and she's like, I'll go and I'll just sacrifice myself and I'll live in this house and y'all just bring me food from time to time and then nobody else will die. That's her plan. She's gonna live like the grandma, which is noble, to be fair.
I mean, she ran out on him. She might as well.
I mean, because what were you doing this whole time? So they get in her trailer, but as they're getting in the trailer, the penny drops because the penny was in the notebook, taped to the notebook, and it drops, and an old lady picks it up because it's a good luck. I don't know why they didn't just throw the penny in the damn water. Like, why is that penny still with you?
Why didn't they just fucking spend it? Hello.
Hello. So they go and they drive on over. Again, we're not listening to no music. We're not listening to the BOOshakalaka podcast. And that's why they were dead.
They were doing themselves a disservice. We could have warned them.
So they roll up to the cabin. Now it's locked. How did it lock, Tiffany?
Death said, don't put me.
How did it lock? If Iris opened it and Stephanie was leaving and Iris died, who went back into the house and said, let me push this button and close this on up?
Next.
Okay. So, and because it's locked and they don't know how to get in, instead of just going around, they decide to ram it with the RV. And they ram it all up into the front door. But when they ram it, a bunch of shit goes haywire because, again, it's a death trap outside. Mm-hmm. So,
boom.
They go running out. She's like, just get in the house. Just get in the house. Baby, fire. And because the power line makes a spark, the gas is going on the inside. Why do you have a gas stove in a safe house?
Why do you have a stove?
She opens the door. That one little spark gets in. She's like, get out, back up. Boom. I literally saw the dummy fly away, but boom. The RV go tumbling into the lake next to the house. Charlie is underneath something. The mama burnt up. She charred up, looking like Tiffany from Bride.
Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. I hate that we have to do that to her every time. There has to be someone else who got charred. Clear.
Chucky. So the first one. Stephanie's drowning.
Stephanie was already dead to rights because her seatbelt buckle wouldn't come out. Mm-hmm. I don't know about y'all.
It always jams in movies. It always jams.
I'm like, if you don't,
always jams.
It jammed in the first Foundation movie. If you don't wiggle yourself out, whoa!
That's why I got a knife in my car.
I can't even say that because I do too. But so she's going into the water.
You protect your neck.
Mama Darlene ain't dead yet though. She helps get the the roof off of Charlie, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're alive." She said, "Yeah, I'll stay alive as long as." Like that was messed up, man.
That was sliced.
The power line, bam, she dead. So now it's Stephanie and Charlie. So Charlie like, well, shit, I gotta save her before I die. He jump in the he jump in the RV and he trying to get a knife and scissor it off. I don't know why that became a verb, but he's trying to cut it off. It's not working. And then fade to black. Bam.
Then fade to light.
He
doing compressions. Oh my God. Okay, you shut the hell up because you can't talk anymore. It's over for you. Let it go.
Hadouken.
Are you okay? Get some water. Get some water. That's what's going on. Your mouth is dry. Okay. So he's CPR. He get her back. A week later, we see Charlie's prom date's dad walking and talking. And somehow he knows. And Charlie was like, "Yeah, I brought Stephanie back to life. Her heart stopped." And Dad was like, "Her heart didn't stop. How does he know? I don't know."
Because he's a doctor. That was
her heart didn't stop.
He's a doctor.
She wasn't dead when he revived you. She was just passed out. Like I guess like she was close. And they look at each other.
Baby, that
and
penny.
And then the log truck comes out of nowhere.
It was a train. The lady with the penny done went to go get some lemonade that's 75 cents in this economy. And the penny done fell out, rolled onto the train track. The train done mind you, why is there a train behind this neighborhood? The train done came and destroyed 18 people's houses. Done ran, they running from the train. Stephanie fall, Charlie help her up. I thought it was funny they were the only ones running. And then
running in a straight line. Again, we talked about this.
Yeah,
the logs come out of the truck and smush them.
Yes. If they would have just ran this way, they would have survived. Because the train didn't kill anybody but them two.
But yeah, they did. Nobody survived. We just got Kimberly Corman and the cop. That's it. Kimberly Corman and Jon Snow. They are the only ones that are alive. That is it. That's Final Destination Bloodlines. Let's give it our rating. I didn't really enjoy this movie. I don't think it's something I would watch again.
Really?
2 for me. I didn't enjoy it. Some of the kills, I was like, oh, especially when the man got smushed by the elevator and then the lady's face getting smashed in the garbage truck. Because I was like, we missed that in Child's Play 3. We needed to see that guy getting smashed. It didn't. I wanted more. I do appreciate them tying it all back together, but I definitely found myself thinking about other things while watching this movie. So it's a 2 for me.
I'm going to give it a 4. I really liked it. I liked that it felt like it was longer than the other ones. Maybe it helped better because it was one family. So it was easier to give character development and tie in things and make it that more concise because it was just confined to them and not strangers. But I really liked it. I had a fun time. So I'll give it a 4. Okay. I thought it was a good story. I didn't like that they died at the end. I understand that's the point, but it's just like, I like it.
But it isn't. Just leave it ambiguous. Leave it ambiguous. Like, let them, I would love for them to be like, when he said her heart didn't stop and they look at each other and then they look and they see a log truck and then the movie could have just cut to black. That'd have been great. But no, we see them get smooshed. So Junior is 2 for 0. He dies and everything. Well, that was Final Destination Bloodlines. We hope you enjoyed our review. We hope you enjoyed all 6 reviews. We did it, Joe. We are finally done. It was great. It was nice reviewing those movies again. We did a whole All right. So please be sure to follow us next time. We're actually going to do a ranking of all of our Final Destination movies, and then after that, we will be reviewing Child's Play 3. See you then. Bye. Where did you hide it, Dan? Please be sure to send us your requests at BOOshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, BOOshakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at BOOshakalakapodcast.